things that I wanted to ask you is, what is the difference between hiring the architect and hiring a project manager?
Day and night, day and night. In the old days, before project management was a discipline, the architect would do everything. As things got more technical, as filing requirements got more detailed, as the world started to specialize, there was a need for project management. And what happened is, in most cases, architects went back to doing what they do the best, which is designing, which is programming, which is doing the aesthetics of the space. And project management became the true management tool, coordinating architect, engineer, furniture vendors, furniture consultants, general contractor, all the specialty pieces of the puzzle, and filing, obviously. And getting down into drilling down into the nuances of what it takes to do a project. Every project is different.
So one thing you didn't mention was you drill down into the cable and wiring. You
Sure.
drill down into the furniture, selecting the furniture.
Yep.
You drill down into the mover, drill down into the branding. So these are the things that a lot of architects don't really want to do.
The branding side of it comes from the client, not from the architect. But there's an integration that happens between the two for that piece of the puzzle. A good project manager knows a lot about everything, but not everything about everything. The key is to understand how to hire the right group of people to manage them as a collaborative group. The last thing you want to be, and there are project managers out there that are yellers, that are screamers, that doesn't get the job done. And it doesn't make people want to come to work in the morning and do things for you. Being a good project manager is again, being collaborative and having a good time. I mean, I love what I do, and when people see that you enjoy it, they get on board and put that extra effort in for the client.
Let's take a case. A 20,000 square foot tenant, they got a year and a half to go on their lease, and we hire you as the project manager. What are the steps you take them through to get them to their new space?
Let's use that. A year and a half before, you're going to see the broker involved primarily because you're going to, as you know, you're going to start with a broad number of spaces for the client to see, and then they're going to take it down to, I'll call it the short list for lack of a better term. Get to this client and understand what their space requirements are today and what's projected, because the projected is the mark that we want to hit. So my job is to advise the broker and say, this is something that you need to get into that work level.
Also, don't you look at the building department on we did a deal where you look?
Absolutely. Each building is managed differently. You can tell how a building is being taken care of by looking into the DOB computer, which is public records, to find the number of complaints, to find out whether or not they were satisfied, to find any open issues relating to it. The building department is a great source for profiling, for lack of a better term, a building, and that helps the broker to understand, whether one building is going to be more difficult than another.
So let's say we got down to one building. When does the architect get involved?
I like to layer bringing people in. So if I could bring an architect in early, while you're doing that last round of searching, and again, you got to pay some money, so you're at risk, quote unquote, but you can do test fits. Landlords won't always cooperate and help you with that. But if you have an architect who already has helped you to figure out your program based on what we did originally, they know how many offices you need, how many conference rooms you need, et cetera, and they can say, well, look, the column spacing in this space doesn't work for the rhythm of offices, whereas on this one it does. So they can add another value ahead of signing a lease. And then, once you get down to the single building, then you could be in a couple of months worth of lease negotiations, and there's another opportunity to go at risk again, getting that architect on board, starting your schematic layouts. As long as you can get a hold of the drawings, the CAD plans, you can be ready to get your scope done. And by the time that lease gets signed, you could have a set of drawings ready to be filed. It's programming, schematics, design development, and then construction documents. That's the life cycle of architects.